Hey, we are on Brunch with Brian. Sorry, I'm a little late. And today I want to talk about getting a great start. Getting a great start is you're halfway to completion. In fact, there's a very famous quote from a Greek philosopher by the name of Horace who said, "He has half the deed done who has made the beginning." It's kind of phrased a little awkwardly, but he has half the deed done who has made the beginning. So if you get started at something, you're halfway there. And so that's true in so many of our pursuits and so many of the things that we want to be successful at is just getting started and getting launched. And that's such a key part of your success is getting launched and getting launched in a good way. We actually have a to-do list. We call it our launch list. It's got 17 items on it. And it has now this, if you want to do your to-do list, if you want to do your launch list, go to your form that says your My Plan form. This is the very first form in your forms packet for your what to say and what to do system. So again, just go onto the members website, ourwolfpack.com, go to your what to say, go to the forms folder, pull up My Plan, and on section 3, it's your to-do start list. Okay, it talks about setting goals, making plans, but then it talks about what is your launch list? What's the things you need to do to get started? So that's the best form I can recommend for getting the groundwork laid. Now, of course, in this business, getting started means setting up an LLC, setting up your phone system. How are you taking your calls? Getting your business cards printed. That's the kind of the things that are important in the beginning. So in the beginning, if you do not have an LLC yet, you got to get started. And so usually you're going to start by forming an LLC. That's where most of our students begin, and most of our students have LLCs. And so you're going to have 3 different kinds of LLCs, but I don't want to complicate this right now. For right now, just get one operating LLC. That will get you your start. And don't forget to put either homes, properties, or real estate in the name so that it sounds like it could be like a real estate management company even. So make it sound as respectable as possible. And, Pinnacle Properties, Paramount Properties, Heartland Homes, I'm trying to think of one for real estate, but just, make it sound good, make it sound respectable, like you've been around for a few years, and use one of those 3 terms. If you already formed an LLC and it doesn't sound like that, and it doesn't sound like a management company, remember, you can always do what they call a DBA, doing business as. So good morning, everybody. WL is always so good at saying good morning to everybody. So guys, have you formed an LLC yet? Do you have your LLC? Did you get started on that? So if you got your LLC in place and you have the right name, you're going to have checks. You're actually going to get your articles of organization from when you form your LLC, and you're going to get your EIN number from irs.gov. And you're going to take those 2 things along with your ID down to the bank and open up your bank account. And you're going to get the nice big checks with the big, with your name on them, and that look real nice, and that you have to tear out of a check ledger, that look really professional. And so that's kind of how you open a business. That's the crazy thing. I mean, in terms of getting started, how do you start a business in America? You form an LLC, get the articles of organization, get an EIN number, employer identification number from irs.gov, take that with your ID down to the banking, open up a checking account. You're in business. Okay. Now, that's how you get started there. But then you need to have some of the infrastructure in place, like a phone. So how are you going to do your phone? There's different ways to do your phone when you're getting started. And, it's sort of like what works best for you. Now, I'll tell you that we actually have different phones for our business. We actually bought separate phones. So we've got a buyer phone and a seller phone. And so the calls come in, and then whoever is taking the calls, it has that phone. Now the downside of that is, you're carrying 2 phones. The upside is you don't mess up your personal life with your professional life. You know which phone rings, you know what's going on. Now, I will say that a lot of our students use some kind of a calling service. There's a lot of different ones that you can use. Vonage is a pretty good one that we use. It's Vonage, Vonage, Vonage. And you sign up for a call service, you get a separate phone number. And if you are working other areas of the country, I want you to have separate phone numbers that you can call from and that they can call for those different numbers. Like we worked Pittsburgh for a while and we had a Pittsburgh number. So, depending on what area you're working, I would like it if you had a specific number for that area. You can get Google numbers, but they have to be able to be texted. Make sure when you're setting up your phones, make sure they can text to that number, because you're going to be putting in all your ads, call or text this number. So set up your phone. Sometimes if you have a separate app on your phone, like a Vonage, like a phone app, you can have it have a separate ringtone. So every time it rings, you know whether it's a business call or a personal call. So that's pretty simple. And so you can use a calling service like that. You can get physically a separate phone. But I don't recommend, like I said, putting your cell phone on, your cell phone number on your business cards. You should try to separate it in some way. All right. So getting started, he has, like I said from the very beginning, he has half the deed done who has made the beginning. So just think about the projects that you have in front of you. Maybe there's a spring cleaning project, like cleaning out the garage. Well, that can seem like a big project and that can seem like a lot of work. However, if you just go out into the garage and look at one box, open up one box and start looking at it, all of a sudden you've made a beginning. So sometimes it's the size of the task that seems daunting, but that's goes with that old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay. And if you're going to eat an elephant, and it would look like, wow, that's a lot to eat, but the only way to do it is just one bite at a time. So just get started and, just go at a good pace and you'll get the task done. So that's our saying today. I getting started and getting things done. So I love getting things started. Okay, that's our affirmation for today. Ready? We'll say it 3 times on 3. I love getting things started. 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 All right. So we're going to get them started and then we're going to keep them going. Let's start deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. And a smile. And let it go. Another big deep breath in. And always a big smile. It's good for you. One more. All right, that's awesome. All right, great. So I will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great day. Think of the projects that you have been putting off and get them started. And if you have not gotten your real estate business started with your LLC and setting up your phone system, get that started right now. So let's get it started. Let's get it rocking. Let's get it rolling. So I will see you tomorrow. And until then, hey, Lynette, how you doing? So until I see you guys tomorrow, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and taking lots of action. Bye for now.